Welcome back to Bullshit Creepypasta Storytime, or perhaps I should be saying, boo, as we're in no ordinary month. It's October, which can only mean two things. One, I'm really enjoying Kamen Rider X-Aid, and two, it's Spooky Fingerpuppet Ghost Month, where the theme is quote-unquote horror, until I decide I want to talk about something that's not horror-related, which brings us to today's horrifying tale. W.P. Yoshi Story. How does one go about making a game that cutesy into something horrific, you ask? Well, chances are they didn't. Today, I moved into my new apartment. A lonely but simple town nonetheless. Your apartment was the town? But this town of Cloverfield, Kentucky has never been known for video games. Monsters you can't see, sure, but not video games. However, while setting up furniture and my belongings, I found an interesting Yoshi Story N64 cartridge. It was laying in the secluded bedroom closet. The sticker had been slightly torn off the edge of the cartridge. In the empty space where the sticker had been torn off, there were the initials WP, the previous owner, I presumed. Excited to play and steal other people's property, I quickly unpacked and plugged in my N64, which I conveniently owned for this story, into my lone television in the front room. I've been learning to play Yoshi Story again for years. And I think you mean yearning. The game's not that complicated. But I put the game into my console and turned the system on, because that's how it works. I then turned on the television, which you should have had that on first. Picked up the controller and started a new game, and it played perfectly. No glitches, no freezes, nothing. Something that surely won't change drastically in the next paragraph. Except for one strange detail, see? Every time my current Yoshi took damage, I heard a faint growl. Thinking it was just my imagination playing tricks on me / creating noises, I ignored this. I kept playing, making it to the 3rd level before my first Yoshi died. Wow. Just before I got to the Yoshi Select screen though, I was led to a blank white screen that flashed red with a slight image I couldn't make out. Oh well, I said in quotations / to myself as I picked the next Yoshi. I noticed something strange though. You already did that in the last paragraph, but okay. The music had grown gloomy. It made me shiver. It felt as if the music was reaching out to me from the game. That's not likely, but alrighty. Now when my Yoshi got hurt, the growl was louder and angrier. I was confused at what was happening, but too curious and or stupid to turn off the game. Once my second Yoshi died, the blank screen flashed red again. The image was clearer now, but I was still not able to make anything out of it. Then don't bring it up. So I went on with my third Yoshi. The music transitioned from gloomy to a more angry sound. Whatever the hell that's supposed to mean. But just the music sent shivers down my spine. You already sent shivers down your spine. Stop it. But now when my Yoshi got hurt, the growl was louder, angrier, but had an agonizing sound to it. That's too many sounds for the thing to have. Just pick one and go with it. My third Yoshi had died. You're not good at this game, are you? Should have spent that time learning instead of yearning. But the screen flashed yet again. The same image again showed up, slightly clearer, but I still couldn't make it out. You're a terrible main character, I hate you. The growls were loud, and the music was enraging. Oh, with fierce anger / demonic sounds. I've played the game many times, so I was skilled enough to make it to Baby Bowser rather quickly. He's so skilled he only died like 4 times on the way there, just to psych the game out. I needed to land one hit on him to win. Just before I could do so, he ground pounded me before I could get out of the way. Not surprising, but I yelled no with 6 O's in it, scared of what would happen next. Which, based on the rest of the story, you're gonna see an image you can't identify and then quickly forget about it and then die again. But the Yoshi made a horrifying scream as it died. The most dreadful sound I have ever heard. Expecting the game over screen, the red flash appeared once again. The image was clear now. It was an enraged Yoshi. An anticlimactic enraged Yoshi. You son of a bitch. But it was staring into my soul with such anger and hatred. The Yoshi was growling and snarling. It was a multitasker. Soon after this, the dialogue box popped up and read, "You let them die, my babies. You scrub." I added the scrub part. "My fury, though, shall rain on you for all your days, Jimmy. Now go hook up your computer and write a stupid story." I gasped, though, shaking. How did it know my name? I thought. How was it talking? You should be thinking. I was terrified, though. Yuriofwind wanted to slap Jimmy. How could a game do this? I frantically pondered. I was then sent to an underground dungeon. There were bloody Yoshi handprints on the walls, intestines, blood, and flesh all over the floors. Well, fuck, this escalated quickly. My body shook. My hands trembled. I told myself this was not possible, though. It was currently happening, but no, it's not happening. But once again, my curiosity drove me further into this twisted, deranged, hellish experience known as Your Bad Story. I kept going right for what seemed like forever. I saw an opening and made my Yoshi jump in. I was excited to reach a new room because I'm easily impressed, but it was terrifying. Of course it was terrifying. Why was it terrifying? When my Yoshi hit the bottom, you fell through a floor? Alright. When my Yoshi hit the bottom, its limbs flew everywhere. You're really not good at this game, Jimmy. But that's when I noticed my 6 Yoshis. They were spread all over the room, in pieces, all of them. Their bodies had been cut, slashed, torn, and shred to pieces. Blood trails, guts, intestines, and their insides were everywhere, so they weren't insides at all, really. I was terrified out of my mind and dropped the controller as my breathing stopped. Maybe it won't start back up and we won't have to finish this. But another speech box popped up, quote unquote, "You let us die," in caps. My eyes watered up and tears ran down my face. Jimmy going for the Oscar. I was sobbing at the horror. Then the controller vibrated violently, which you can't do without the rumble pack, and I'm not sure that game supported the rumble pack, Jimmy. But whatever. I looked up at the screen. It read, "Feel our pain," in all caps. But I screamed and fell to my knees. Why were you playing this game standing up? But I gripped my head. I could feel their pain. I screamed the letters G, Y, A, H, H, and H again. Nothing was happening to my body, but it felt as if my body, my insides, were being ripped out from inside me. Good thing nothing was happening though, huh? That was 2 years ago. Fucking time skipped? Why? But I checked myself into a mental institution. You should have done that before you wrote the story. But nothing helps. I have nightmares of that dreadful experience every night. If this gets out to anyone, don't let your curiosity get the best of you. It got the best of me, and I suffer for it every day of my life. Heed my warning, said Jimmy, the worst Yoshi Story player who ever lived. But I think we all learned something today. Jimmy's a sucky main character, his story sucks, and he has sweaty palms. But go ahead and ignore what Jimmy said and download Yoshi Story on the Wii U anyways. This has been Bullshit Creepypasta Storytime. Thank you for watching. Hello everyone, and welcome back to this spooky edition of Slate. I hope you all enjoyed the new Bullshit Creepypasta Storytime on the idiot who played Yoshi Story and then wrote down stuff about it. Truly a great way to kick off the month. But with me out of the way, let's get on to doing the Slate. Last video I did on this channel was a Gaming Mysteries on the beta of Super Mario 64 DS. for the Nintendo DS. So if you wanted to watch that video, you can do so. There will also be 2 other videos that I made at some point in time, and you can click on those if you want, but I'm not going to force you to do that. And then at the bottom of the screen, Nico does the art for the channel. You should check Nico out and his social media. I also have social media, although you can check that out if you want. As you can all tell, I'm beaming with confidence. And then I also have a Patreon, which has helped a lot in the past few months. And thank you. And I'm not good at advertising that either. So, but hey, if we hit that next goal, I'll finally get to make that Half-Life 2 video. But speaking of the Patreon, it's time for me to thank the people who help on the Patreon. Okay, it's been months now and I'm still really uncomfortable about this. I don't know why. But many awkward thank yous to Ben Shaw, Darth Penguin, Nikki Batelli, Shulks Minato. This is someone I kept mispronouncing their last name, so they changed their name to Minato. Thank you. That's the true power of the Minato, though. I want everyone to know that. Abdul Kareem Torres, Nikki Lehman, Sally from 3 Ice Cube Show, D-Man's Land, who donated French Fry Ken's hair costume from Street Fighter V. So thank you, D-Man's Land. His hair looks like French fries. Jacob Sifford, Ryan Macklin, Paul Walker, the Paul Walker, Tio Centaure, Joseph Puello, Voltron, Chase Holstis, Skyward Keyblade. It's coming out in January. Joseph Constantine, Nolan, North Christina Coleman, Alex Meyer, Doc Drazen, Andrew Arana, Aaron Brewington, David Freesley, David Freesley, got it, Fernando Silva, Rodrigo Derez. But the thanks continue with Brandon Alexander Cohen, Beautiful Yoshi, Steven Seference. I almost slipped into Harry Potter for a minute there and said Slytherin. Sorry. G-Steria. Screwed that up, I'm sorry. Christoph Perrin, Matt Jonas, Sergio. Hey, Sergio. Jason for Kohi the Retro Raver. That's a long name. Rory O. Carroll. There we go. Matt Metzmaker. Oh, damn it. Matt Metzme Makers. Oh, wow. That's complicated. Metzi Makers. Gordon Freeman. Kempachi Ranmansama. Lori Smith. Anthony Mang. Squiggly Kip. Crow Feathers. Fat D. Oh, Fat D always hanging out here. Alex Rory. Lucas Bask. Kelly Bain. Hi, Kelly. Eric Camacho. Why does that make me think of Bleach? Jonathan Claus. Why did I say Claus? Shay Montgomery. Arpai Spies. Joseph Hitsky. Erlen Mattis Rees. Jacob Epler. Hannah Krause. River Casey. Zachary Hacker. Joel Guzman, and Dark Video Gamer. Thank you all for helping with the channel over the last few months and watching the videos and being helpful. It's greatly appreciated. At some point in time, I'm going to hug all of you. So, just try to stop me. But yeah, that's the end of the video. I'll see you guys again in a few days with a new video. So, there's that. I'll see you guys next time on Enslate. Thank you all again. I love you. Saying goodbye is hard, though. See you guys next time on Enslate.